Black and brown bodies are not props for your diversity initiatives. Let's talk about tokenism in the pursuit of an anti-racist society. First of all, what is tokenism? It's when an organization or individual makes a symbolic effort to include members of marginalized groups without actually addressing the underlying issues of inequality and discrimination. For example, an organization might hire a black person or a person of color to make themselves look diverse without actually addressing systemic racism within the organization. Or an individual might speak out against racism, but only when it's convenient or trendy. The problem with tokenism is that it often does more harm than good. It can create a false sense of progress and distract from the real issues at hand. It can also lead to the marginalization of the very people who are supposed to be benefiting from these token efforts. Another example is when a person of color is hired as a token and may feel isolated and unsupported within their workplace and may not be given the same opportunities for growth and advancement as their white colleagues. This happens at churches all of the time when black and brown bodies are put on the platform as a signal of diversity. So how do we change? First of all, we need to make a commitment to real systemic change. This means looking at the ways in which racism is ingrained in our institutions and systems and work to dismantle those systems. Next, we need to actively seek out and amplify voices of people of color. This means listening to their experiences without judgment, learning from their perspectives, and centering their voices in the conversation. We also need to be willing to do the hard work of self-reflection and growth. And this means acknowledging our own biases and privilege and actively working to unlearn harmful behaviors and attitudes. We need to hold ourselves and others accountable. This means being willing to call out tokenism and other forms of performative activism and pushing for real change and real progress. So those are some of my thoughts on the dangers of tokenism when pursuing an anti-racist society. Let's keep the conversation going and work towards a more just and equitable world for all. As always, if you benefit from the content, if you like the content, give me a follow.